Hi everyone. So today it's raining outside and it's a perfect day to work on some thrift store makeovers. I can't wait. I normally don't take people into this back room here, but I wanted to show you where my little thrift store finds are. And here's an area where I just store some cottage decorations that I switch out. I sometimes set in here. It's downstairs in the basement, just a kind of a storage area, I guess. But I have here a few items. This little red bench is something I'm wanting to redo. And I have a cutting board here. Here is a little caddy, like a utensil caddy. You might remember seeing this in my Florida thrift store video. And actually a lot of these items are from that video. This had kind of caught my eye too. I thought about, painting it maybe. And this basket, I kind of like the way it is, but I might do something with it. And I also have a little cheese board here. I always like to laser engrave some of those wooden handles. And here is a coaster set. And I have this board here. I'll take it out on the table so I can better show you. So the bottom part here has a shelf, and there's room to put a wooden doll is what I plan to put in here. You could either hang a pretty dish towel or paper towels, or even use it for maybe in a workspace, and then hang, craft paper. And here's room for, other papers if you want to clip something in there. As you can see, pretty simple items. I always enjoy bringing a new look to anything, even if it's a small piece. So let's get right into it. So the first thing I'll work on is this little bench or footstool. And when I saw it in the thrift store, it really reminded me of what we used to call a milk stool. And I, of course, grew up Amish, so I had a lot of cousins and grandparents that were dairy farmers. Like, they would milk cows by hand, and they always sat on these little stools to milk cows. And I did that too. Like, I would sometimes milk a cow as well. I always loved that. And this little stool, reminded me of that. Now, of course, what I plan to do with it isn't going to look like they did back in the day. They were often, maybe stained a dark color, or if they were painted, a lot of the paint was faded. And this one will be a nice white color. The paint I'm using is by Dixie Belle. It's a chalk mineral paint, and the color is cotton. And I plan to probably add a decal, like a farmhouse style decal on the top, being that it reminds me of a milk stool. Maybe I'll add a rooster or, something kind of farm related. I think I have a few of those decals out in the shop. So we'll see, but I just, it really brought back memories when I saw it. So as I'm waiting for my paint to dry on the little footstool, I'm going to go ahead and paint the wooden clipboard using the same paint. And I plan to remove that top piece, like the wooden clip thing, and possibly flip it around. I didn't want that design showing on the front. And I might even end up laser engraving something into it, being that I can separate it from the rest of the piece. It'll fit into my laser engraver. So I'm going to jump in here with new projects as I'm waiting for the paint to dry on the previous one, so things won't all be in order from start to finish, project by project, but in the end I'll be showing you the before and afters then, so it'll all make sense. So after the rain, the sun came out, so I'm going to do some spray painting out here on the drive. I have that piece, that caddy, that I want to spray paint. It'll be easier to spray paint it versus, with a brush, and then also that strainer piece. For the wooden caddy, I used a satin sheen paint. It's an off-white. It's not quite, stark white. And for the strainer, I used a gloss white. And lately, I've kind of enjoyed using a gloss white paint on some of my pieces that I do. I think it makes it look almost like an enamel, like a glossy white enamel piece. I love these little cheese trays that you sometimes find in thrift stores. I've done it before where I've laser engraved maybe a little floral design or something on the handles of the utensils, and then on the main part as well. And here, kind of the main part, like the cutting part, is actually slate. Here I'm working on pulling up a file to send to my laser engraver. And I haven't talked about my laser engravers recently, but if you're ever wanting a laser engraver, I would highly recommend xTool. I don't do a lot of sponsored videos here on my channel, but when I do, it's usually something I can honestly recommend and love the product. and this video is not sponsored by them, but I just wanted to mention it. I do have links in my description boxes of my videos, xTool links, if you're ever wanting to invest in a laser engraver. I do appreciate you guys using those links. For those of you that have, thank you for that. The piece of slate is already engraved on the other side. If I were to use it, I just always leave it like this, you know, the blank side up, but I don't think I'm going to engrave this side at all. I just think it looks pretty plain like this. For the clip part of this clipboard, I'm planning on engraving a design onto it. I don't want anything too busy. Probably just do a little fancy scroll of sorts. That way, if I want to hang a poster or something on here, it won't, you know, clash with the design that is here. So I went ahead and paused it. I'm pretty sure it's too far down, so I'm not even gonna let it finish. I'll take it out in the shop and see what I can do with it. So I was able to mostly sand away the original engraving on this. It still showed a little bit, so I ended up putting another design on it after I painted it. I just want something with a lot of lines and just to try to cover up that old design. Kind of looks like this might have worked. I do have to clean it up just a bit, but usually that's doable. We'll see. Using chalk paint, I really like to sand the piece after it's dried. It just makes for a really nice smooth finish. I could take it out and use my electric sander, but being I have a piece of sandpaper here, I'm just going to do it by hand. I discovered it's easier to fasten the bolts if I put this lid into the clip. I ended up designing a pretty herb poster that I got printed out at Heritage Signs, and I plan to clip it onto this board. For this cutting board, I'm going to go ahead and sand it. There's some spots on here. I thought maybe I could sand them out. Then I'm going to see if I can find a pretty floral decor transfer to put on here. Go ahead and apply an Annie Sloan clear wax over this, and of course you wouldn't want to use this side to cut food on, but you could always flip it over and use this side and then have it displayed on your countertop or hanging on a wall for decoration purposes in the meantime. The decor transfer I'm going to use for this little bench is called Morning Farmhouse, and it is one from Patterson Art Studio, and I'll have their link down below in the description box in case you want to check them out. They have decor transfers along with many other items that you can use if you enjoy creating. I chose this pretty rooster image for this piece. It's pretty windy out here to spray paint, but I'm going to try it. I just want to touch up this basket with some white paint, and then I'll probably add a stripe or something to it. I have just a tiny bit of this beautiful color. It's called Sawmill Gravy. It's also a Dixie Belle brand of paint, chalk mineral. I added some water just to make more. Hopefully I'll have enough to paint the stripe. So for these kind of sad looking coasters, I plan to remove the center part, sand them down and paint them, and I'm going to turn them into cute little risers that I plan to pair with some of my vintage teacup candles that I have coming from Amy. I thought a clear cup would look so cute on here, but I guess we'll see. I'm not even sure is this going to turn out, but my plan is to print a pretty vintage floral design onto probably paper that is more like a canvas or a heavy-duty photo paper, then glue it into the center. And I also want to add little legs, which will be wooden knobs that I plan to glue onto the bottom. So we'll see how they turn out. Hopefully I can get them to look a lot better than what they look like now. I think this little caddy turned out so cute. I'm sanding the edges just to distress them a bit, and then I plan to line the largest section here with some pretty floral contact paper. hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know there weren't any major makeovers involved, but a lot of fun. I really like to work with small pieces like this. It's just amazing. Again, I often say this, what just a little bit of paint and character can do or add to a piece. And hopefully I inspired you to maybe check out your local thrift stores or garage sales for home decor items. There's so much satisfaction, or to me there is, to kind of repurpose a piece or redo a piece and be able to use it in the home. Before ending here, I want to show you quickly what all is available on the website today. I have some recycled teacup candles. I think these turned out so pretty. A couple different scents available, and then designs as well. And I also have a new Lily of the Valley candle. A lot of you have been asking for it, and I decided to do a run this summer. It's not going to be a large run. Amy was going to use up the oil that she has to make them with, and then that will be it for this year. But I think these turned out so pretty. I made the lids on my new UV printer, and I love the design. I, of course, love Lily of the Valley. You guys know that. And I also wanted to thank you guys for all of the orders you've been placing, and at the same time, I want to apologize for how late I am in getting some of the orders to you. Thank you for your patience. I have had issues with getting packaging supplies. It's kind of a flashback or a reminder of how it was back in the COVID years. We had issues like this too, but for some reason, some of the boxes that I need, especially for Marlene's cookbooks, I have a hard time getting right now, but they will be coming your way soon. And again, I apologize for the late orders. I just hate when that happens, when I'm not able to package and get the orders sent out. And Marlene, bless her heart, has been helping me with the packaging. I don't think I'd be able to do it on my own, but I do appreciate all of the orders. It's one of my favorite things to do, is being in the Etsy shop and packaging orders, and I feel a personal connection when I package your orders. It's been so much fun. And some of the items I redid in today's video, I'll also have available on my website. This is all on the website, and I'll just throw some pictures on of the items that I think I'll be able to ship. I decided I'm not going to hang on to some of these things. I tell you, my storage room upstairs is getting full again, and I just need to get rid of things instead of hanging on to them. Often I'll hang on to them because I think, oh, this is something I might want to use, you know, one day, but I'd rather just get them into other people's hands, and that way they're out of our house and I have more room and can stay more organized. So as always, I hope your day is going great. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.